Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the new Tesla Model Y long range rear wheel drive. I know a lot of you might be wondering, when is this coming out? And also, most importantly, what price is this going to be coming out at? So we'll take a look at some historical numbers. We'll take a look at what it might actually come out in terms of like options, and also most importantly, when do you think this will be coming out? And so we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you've got a question you want to ask me, you can ask it on my Patreon group down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Jawa, where you can get accessories for your Tesla vehicle, any Tesla vehicle, Model 3, Model Y, SX, and also the brand new Juniper, but more on that later. And so you might be wondering, like, when is this vehicle about to be coming out? We've got the long range all-wheel drive. We had the launch series right before this that was expensive at the time, $59,990, but then we came to find out that that was a pretty good build in terms of options and prices for what it is. And now we've got the Model Y long range all-wheel drive that is out at the moment. And if you were to add up all the different options, like a fully loaded Tesla Model Y, it was actually more expensive than what the launch series actually is. And so what we know so far is this, and we're making this video because I want to hear from you all. Like, what price do you think the long range real wheel drive is going to be coming out at, and also most importantly, when do you think this is going to be coming out at? And so now we know that the long range all wheel drive starts at $48,990. Yes, there is a $7,500 federal tax credit. This is a $1,000 price increase over the old previous version, Tesla Model Y. We can track this because we got this handy dandy price tracker chart. The last Model Y was $47,990. And to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson here, Tesla used to change prices of the MSRP price a ton, and then they switched that model to just doing inventory discounts. And you can see, like, before it was $49,990, it was $48,990. It used to be changing all the time in terms of what the retail price was, the MSRP price, and then they switched that model to just doing like inventory discounts, which is a little bit better of a strategy, I feel like. But the price of the long range all-wheel drive at the moment is $48,990. And if we look at this column, which is the long range rear wheel drive, you can see that the price was $44,990. But there's a couple of things you need to be aware about here, like maybe about the rear wheel drive. Will it have less options and less features? And when will it come out as well? And so we can assume that since the long range all wheel drive was about $1,000 increased price over the legacy version, for the long range all wheel drive version, maybe we can assume that the rear wheel drive will be $1,000 increase as well, making it $45,990. And then the second question after that is, like, when will this actually be released? And we could assume maybe in this next month, as early as next month. I could see that because they got to close out this quarter, and it doesn't look good in terms of sales year over year and quarter over quarter. But the biggest thing I'm worried about is, are they going to decontent it, remove features, even maybe more than like the Model 3 is? Hopefully not as bad as how the Cybertruck rear-wheel drive basically got a ton removed from that Cybertruck in terms of all the features that they removed from it. But here's what most likely could be happen. Liam posted this as a 99.99% chance is going to be $44,000 to $45,000 to $46,000, which I agree with. And on top of that, this most likely will happen as well. Quote, the long-range wheel drive version outside of the US market has no premium sound system or interior. So less speakers, no subwoofer, and fabric touches in the interior. Other than that, it should be the same vehicle. Because if you look at the Model 3 rear-wheel drive versus the long-range all-wheel drive, there is half the amount of speakers and no subwoofer as well. Other than that, it's about the same vehicle, except of course rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive. So I would expect the same type of thing to happen with the long-range all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, but I guess who knows? We'll know in the as we move to the future. But the one thing that has pretty got me pretty interested is Tesla did change the referral program pretty recently. They tiered it down arguably to only 3 months of full self-driving, which is valued at about $300. So if you're looking to buy a vehicle right now, definitely don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. But if we think about this like on a broader scale, this offer was $500 to $1,000, and they've tiered it down. Like, I don't know what the cost is on full self-driving, but it definitely isn't $500. It's not even $300 because that's what they sell it for 3 months. And so I would imagine they're trying to reduce costs in certain areas, and they would only do this if they want to, change it up for a little bit, maybe bring it back later. Or are they going to be using these funds to reposition it to give a better offer, maybe 0%, maybe a bigger discount, or maybe free supercharging, as we talked about yesterday on the new Model 3 or the new Model Y. And so let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. I want to hear from you all. Comment it down below. What are your predictions about the brand new Tesla Model Y, whether the rear wheel drive, what pricing it's going to be, and also when is it going to be coming out as well. On top of that, in other news, Tesla is now offering overnight test drives of the brand new Tesla Model Y. Nick posted this, so if you're interested in taking one for a little bit longer than just a 15-minute loop, head on over to your local Tesla store and see if they can give you one to drive for like a day or two. Really cool. I've done this before with the Model 3 Performance before we actually bought one. Very cool feature, and I've seen people do this with the Cybertruck and other models as well. And so really nice for Tesla to be able to do this, especially if you're on the fence, if you want that a little bit of an extra push to see if you're going to buy a Tesla vehicle or not. Now that you've ordered your brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper, it's time to take it to the next level. That's where our partner Jawa comes into play here. Jawa has everything you need, from phone mounts, mobile connectors, center consoles that I highly recommend to fit the new Model Y and every Tesla vehicle out there. And on top of that, you can use our promo code down below in the description to save even more money. And the best part is there's free shipping if you reach over a certain limit. My top 3 accessories that I recommend is a phone mount. It's super crucial, that can charge your phone. The center console is highly recommended as well because a Tesla does not come with it at all. And my newest favorite accessory is the invisible under mount sunglass holder storage area that also has a camera mount as well. So why wait for Tesla to make these accessories? Get yours now at Jawa, link down below in the description, and save some money and support the channel while you're at it. Thank you to Jawa for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next video. Thanks to everyone. And on top of that, we've got a new podcast episode that came out with my friend and buddy Chip. So if you want to take a look at it, this time we talked about the hidden costs of electric vehicle ownership from both of our experiences, because not only does he have Teslas, he's got Rivians as well, and he also sells them, repairs them, does battery swaps, and much more. And he'll give you a different insight on actual ownership from what he's seen. And I think we talked about a couple different customers that he has that drives their Tesla vehicles over 250,000 miles and services with him as well. So definitely check out the podcast. It's also on YouTube or on Spotify. And of course, appreciate anybody that hits the like button in the comments and everything. MD, great to see you. Eggman, great to see you. Josh, thanks for coming in. Sean's, Ralph's Arts, Sean's, and Ralph's. Thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. In this next topic, there is a brand new Tesla update release. They're dubbing this the spring release. So I guess now there's going to be December releases and spring releases for the Tesla vehicles, because this is like the cool thing with Tesla vehicles. They just get better and better and better. The big thing with this, and I'm excited for all of you to try this brand new feature that's rolling out to other Tesla vehicles, is going to be adaptive headlights. It was first released on the Tesla Model Y, and this feature is absolutely absolutely a game changer. If you drive at any types of periods at nighttime when you're on those empty roads or even highways, the light literally just bends around different signs or vehicles, like dazzles is what they call it, throughout all the different roads. So very, very nice to have this feature and very cool. And I'll show you, if you're wondering, like, are you going to be getting this feature depending on what type of headlights you are? I'll show you in just a second. Next one is blind spot camera on driver screen. This is for the new Model S and Model S. In this area, you'll be able to see the blind spot. Very nice, because that's usually where you're looking at in front. Dash camera update and side camera recording. This was because of all the different things that are happening with Tesla vehicles. And so it's really cool for Tesla to be able to listen to all the customer feedback to make this types of changes, to add more camera viewpoints, and also do it super, super quickly. Next one is alternative trip plans. I really like these types of things because sometimes I want to go in a different direction. With being in California, there's just a lot of different highways. And if the route wants to go one way, sometimes you might want to go a different way. But there's three options here. Fastest options offers the quickest route, best amenities, that's really cool actually, like restaurant, shops, or restrooms, and fewer stops, minimizing charging stops. So this would be really good on like road trips to figure out what's the best one. New option is comfort drive and autopilot for the Cybertruck, and lane departure avoidance for the Cybertruck as well. We also got this one, which is, I guess, a highly recommended feature, or a highly feature that people wanted. Save trunk height based on location. This is for the 3YSX and new Model 3. I guess, like, depending if like you park in your garage or outside or at work or wherever, you want the height of the trunk to maybe not hit the top of your garage. I guess this is a cool one, so that it has different heights depending on where you're at. For the same thing for the front for the Cybertruck. On top of that, we've got a new setting in navigation. You can avoid highways if you want to take like that scenic route. I can see that being useful. And we've got keyboard languages, keep accessory on with power on for the interior, which is really cool, and a bunch other ones under here as well. I think a lot of these have to do with like SiriusXM, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and maybe some media search or YouTube Music. But this one caught my eye. Quote, if your hotspot is enabled, it will automatically connect to your vehicle once you start driving, so you won't have to reconnect each time. This is a good one because if you're someone that's trying to save some money on that $10 or $100 a year premium connectivity, and you want a hotspot to your phone, or maybe you already have a hotspot, or if you want to link to like a Starlink, where you can get a free month on Starlink down below in the description at our referral link, then I guess this would be a good one. So maybe I'll try this with our Starlink on our Model Y just to see if it makes a lot of sense with it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. There is a ton of different updates coming out for all the Tesla vehicles, and this is an ongoing thing, which is really cool at Tesla. And so now you might be wondering, with that first option, matrix headlights, will you have this feature? Will you have this update? And here is exactly how you're going to tell. Go to your Tesla vehicle, look at the headlight, and if you see a bulb essentially like this, a rounded type of area, this is a reflector, this is a matrix at the bottom, then you will have the update. You will have the dazzling and the light bending once the update comes to your vehicles. I want to say this is like 2021 or 2022 Tesla Model Y and onwards, and like Model 3, it's like it's around that same time as well, I think, is when they brought it to both of those vehicles. And so I can't wait for you all to try that feature. And once you see how cool it is, how much more safer it is to drive, you're going to know exactly what I've been talking about for a while on the new Model Y and the Model 3. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Eggman, are you going to be going to EV Fest? Hope to see you there. Yes, we are going to be there. We got confirmed and everything. Hope to see you there as well. Sean, 25. Yeah, 25 in terms of May 25 of 2025. Yeah. Ralph, I need the Cybertruck all-wheel drive to go down to 60K. Yeah, that'd be sick. And maybe, well, the interesting thing is that there are some used ones that are dancing in like that mid 75K range. And so it'll probably get to the 60K range very, very soon. How much will the Model Y prices be, Sean's? I think that's going to be even more expensive, probably like 56, 55. I mean, the new Model 3 Performance, it starts at 54,990, but any option puts it over that 55K. And so I bet the Model Y is going to be like a 60, it's going to be the launch series price, I would imagine, like starting at $60,000. or a Model 6 seater, Model X seater under 70K. Yeah, for a little bit, it was like dancing right on there. You could get like a 5 seater after the tax rate for like 72K, but then they raised the prices with all of those. MD, when do you think we'll start to see inventory discounts on the new Model Y? I'm trying to decide between the Tesla Model Y and CPO EQS 2023, which is about 55K. Can you decide? Inventory discounts is not going to be until the first sighting, I think, is going to be the end of this quarter, which will be quarter 2. So like May, June-ish. But in terms of like where I'm highly confident on when we'll see inventory discounts for the new Model Y, that's going to be like the end of August, September, and definitely by December. But if you're comparing like Model Y versus EQS, different vehicles, I would say. But I mean, I don't know if I would go with a older because of how fast this electric vehicle technology is going, especially with like Mercedes. I feel like they've made tons of updates since that one, but I have no idea. Really, a Model Y Mercedes EQS is way worse in my opinion, Nemanja. And unless you can get like a crazy slick deal, there's people that have like Mercedes EQSs for like, I want to say $300 to $500 months. There was a time where they were like giving those away or trying to give those away because Mercedes was highly incentivizing them. IT, as far as I'm concerned, Dennis, the new Model Y rear-wheel drive is the Google Pixel 9a of Tesla. I ordered my 9a on Friday. I can't stick a Tesla in a case holder. Nice. Yeah. In terms of like, yeah, the technology, like Android and iPhone, basically Tesla and Rivian or mixed of the both of them. Once you experience that, all the other vehicles out there are like Blackberries or even flip phones at that point. Ralph, when will this update happen? It's rolling out already, and you might be able to get it on your vehicle very soon. Just picked up my new Model Y today. Rio, congrats. Enjoy that. And how was your delivery process and everything? Lucero, will I still be able to charge this rear-wheel drive up to 100%? The last version you were not able to. And so I would imagine maybe this one you probably won't be able to as well, because the current Model 3 rear-wheel drive, can you change the charge to 100%? I don't know, actually. I can't remember on that one. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. In this next topic, Tesla production is down. We've got a new report from one of our most favorite Tesla analysts, and they have noted that the Giga Texas production has decreased quarter after quarter after quarter. Troy Teslike posted this. Based on the latest Tesla data, Tesla production at Giga Texas was as followed over the past 5 quarters. You can see here, Q1 of 2024, 55,000 units, then down to 46, then down to 39, then down to 35, then down to Q1 of this year at 33,000 units. And so very interesting to see here what is going on here, but also take note here that Troy did say that Fremont production has been declining as well. And that survey data shows that the EV buyers in the US are turning away from the Tesla brand because they don't want to be associated with political controversy it represents. The demand and decline will likely continue until sales drop to 30% of their peak level. And that might be why we're not really seeing crazy inventory spikes. Like, I guess Tesla has been noticing this for the past maybe 6 months or quarter over quarter, and like they've reduced production, or did they have some insight with all these different things that are happening with the tariffs right now and are slowing demand and slowing production as well? I mean, it could be a mixture of different things that are happening, but Trump did announce that there is an exemption for a bunch of different things coming from China, and so you could take a look at the full list. I mean, I think one of the funniest one is like the smartphones and the laptops, so I guess like Apple might be okay in this aspects, but the one thing, and also like solar panels from this were also exempted from this, unassembled, so Tesla Solar will be okay, but the one thing that is missing, batteries. And I believe, or I want to say batteries, that Tesla batteries come from China, but maybe they don't. Or something like that. But definitely very interesting to see this. And we're also starting to see lower sales data as well, which is good for us, or lower sales reported by data as well, which is good for us, because if we can get lower sales, or if there's lower sales, that means that Tesla is going to have to force more discounts, incentives. And we're already starting to, I feel like there's a lot of rumbling in the background right now in terms of what could be coming out big for Tesla in terms of a big deal or a big incentive later this this month or even next month. And that's why, like, I was thinking that maybe the rear wheel drive Model Y wouldn't get released for a while, but I definitely feel like since we're already seeing Model Y non-launch long-range all-wheel drives posted on Tesla's website in inventory, I bet we start to see some real-wheel drives posted maybe by the end of this month or even next year. But here's a post from Electric. The Cox Report, Automotive Cox Report, reported cited in media today, claims that Tesla delivered 128,000 vehicles in the US in quarter one of 2025, which is down 8.6% compared to quarter one of 2024. And so that could be a number of things: competition, the sentiment that's happening right now, or just maybe even they've reduced production. And of course, reducing production reduces sales numbers as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But if you're just joining in, welcome. We talked about the new Tesla Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive and what pricing could it potentially be coming out at. I think the base price is going to be $45,990, which is a $1,000 price increase over Legacy, just like the long-range all-wheel drive. In terms of release, I think it's going to be later this month or even next month, and I do feel like they might decontent it a little bit in terms of de-feature it, just like how the Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive has less speakers like the long-range all-wheel drive. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking down below in the comments regarding the long-range rear-wheel drive for the Tesla Model Y. In this next topic, Tesla, we know, is working on an affordable model vehicle. Maybe even it might be a $25,000 vehicle. But with recent releases of the Cybertruck and how they de-featured it a ton, the $25,000 vehicle might not be what you expect. Taylosa VV posted this, calling it out. Affordable models are stripped down Model 3s and Model Ys. Textile seats, no ventilation or heats. This could make sense because the Model 3 in Mexico has those same textile seats and also is super decontented as well in terms of no rear screen, different interior, and no speakers or less speakers. Of course, there's speakers, but less speakers as well. No rear screen, no HEPA filter, no light bar, rear-wheel drive only, smaller battery, 60 kilowatt hour, standard audio system, missing the subwoofers like you've seen, $25,000. And I hope Tesla does not go in this direction of making these vehicles cheaper. But I guess, like, if someone at the top may be saying like, hey, we need to release a cheaper vehicle, maybe the teams are figuring out, well, the only way to release a cheaper vehicle is to de-feature and remove things from the vehicle down to the bare bones, kind of like what we're seeing with the Cybertruck. Even though, like, the Cybertruck is a weird one, I guess. Like, $10,000 is it doesn't feel like it feels like it should be more lesser than that, but what do we know? We're not the engineers with that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly, that could be what's to become, but or maybe there's going to be a brand new model that's coming out as well. But let us know, would you buy a Tesla vehicle if all these features that I feel like are good features are removed, or would you just step up to the higher one, like whether it's all-wheel drive or long range? But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. VicTech, looking forward to see the affordable models. Yeah, 100%. And maybe it gets released by the end of this quarter. Graham, for a $3,000 difference, the long range is a no-brainer. Yeah, in terms of the price increases, you might as well just get the higher one because what happens is, I mean, the secret there is, yes, it's $3,000 more, but then when we get to like inventory end of quarter times, that discount, those vehicles, the long range all-wheel drives, get even more discounted with a bigger discount. So like right now, let's just take a look at what's out there. Long range all-wheel drive has like a $1,000 to $2,000 discount. But if we switch this to the all-wheel drive, well, yep, exactly, $2,000 to $3,000 discount. So you're essentially getting a better deal when you go with the long range all-wheel drive. And of course, if you're looking to be buying any of these vehicles, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving, which is valued at $300 by using a referral code down below in the description. And if you're wondering what website this is a website we co-developed with Only Use Tesla. It's a Tesla price tracking website where you can take a look at inventory and sort of by highest discount, this is what we use it for. And on top of that, the most important feature is you can sign up for alerts on individual vehicles for when the prices drop. So definitely check it out. Tesla price tracking website down below in the description. Masato, hoping the new Model Y has same or more range as the 3. Yeah, most likely is. Paying long range wheel drive Model Y is what I'm waiting for, hopefully under $43,000. I mean, if you factor in the tax credit, yeah, I mean, 45,990 as the MSRP price. I mean, worst case scenario, they increase it $2,000, which we could easily see that. And so if you factor in the 7,500 federal tax rate, that is an adjusted price of 38,490, and I could easily see that. Ivan, do you know if the long range rear wheel drive still includes features like ventilated seats in the rear screen? I would say yes at this moment. The only difference is that like the 3 has that are difference between rear wheel drive and long range, or rear wheel drive and all wheel drive, is the less speakers. And so I would imagine that is going to be the same on the Model Y, but who knows? Who knows at this point, because all bets are off or could be off at when it actually releases. In this next topic, in case you're shopping for a Tesla vehicle and you want to see what other deals are out there, here are the best deals out there on all the different vehicles out there that are around $300 or even lower than $300 a month. Because yes, we do like our Tesla vehicles, especially how like the Model 3 right now has a fantastic deal, like $299 a month with $1,000 down. Like I was taking a look, I was helping a friend out that to go buy one, and it actually is with taxes, fees, and everything in California, like $350 a month with $2,000 down for 2 years, which is not bad at all. And that's taxes, fees, and everything including into it. And so, I mean, if you are just trying to get your feet wet into getting a Tesla, it is definitely a worthwhile purchase. And of course, if you use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, you get 3 months of full self-driving, so you can try it right off the bat. But here's the list from Car Dealership Guy of the best deals out there: 12,000 miles a year, 12,000 mile a year on a lease vehicle for all the different vehicles. And you can see the lowest one at the moment with 0 down is the Subaru Solterra, another electric vehicle, at $275 a month. We got Toyota Tacoma 314, very interesting. Another Solterra, Kia Niro plug-in hybrid 346. We've got Toyota Prius hybrid 362, and all these other vehicles. If you're interested, a lot of these look like gas vehicles, and so they might not interest you, but definitely very interesting to see all these different vehicles in this $200 to $300 range. So it's not, I feel like it's not just Tesla having these demand issues. I think like there could be just so many different options out there, so much competition, so many models out there, and the sentiment is, I feel like there's just like a wait and see type of sentiment before people making purchases out there. And so let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. K-Rod, I miss my Corgi. Yeah, Corgis are the best, aren't they? Mimi, I just want to say I love Tesla, but it's evident that they need more moms on the panel to give suggestions for features. I would love to make the center console a flip-up seat in the Cybertruck. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, because like if you've ever been in the Ford F-150 Lightning, theirs folds forward and it makes it a flat table all the way across the middle. So super nice. And so Cybertruck is great. They've done a lot of things like with the truck person in mind, or the truck owner, but when you get into like the other trucks, like the Ford F-150s, the other trucks that are out there, like the TRXs and stuff like that, Rams, Dodge Rams, those, they know their truck owner, and there's a lot of different small things in the interior that is thought through for their truck owner through feedback and things like that. The Cybertruck is, it's like a sports coupe truck, but still really cool at the end of the day. In this next topic, the end of the Tesla Model S or Model X is probably here because Tesla has removed the Model S and Model X off of other Tesla market websites. We can see here, Tesla China has deleted its order page for the Model S and Model X. Currently, the vehicle is only available for purchase on the inventory page. So this could be, of course, one of two things. This could be because of the tariffs, like because the S and X are built in the US and they figured, hey, maybe let's stop all orders because it costs way too much to bring it from the US to the China markets. Or is it because the refresh is around the corner? I mean, S and X, we know it's going to be refreshed. If you were to ask me, like, when is that going to happen? I think S could potentially come out first, like maybe by the end of this quarter or early beginning of next quarter, which would be like a July. And then X will probably be the beginning of the last quarter, which will probably be like September or October around that time frame. And so certainly I'm pretty excited for both one of those vehicles or two of those vehicles. And so let us know if you are and if that is what you're waiting for, because they did raise the price about $5,000 for the Model S and Model X and added free supercharging. But I feel like that was to really condition us for the higher MSRP price when it actually comes out later on this year. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this. And that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners. And I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there. 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones. And by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic.